Your YouTube success really depends on one core decision that you've already begun to make. Stick around for what's going to be the most important video you've watched in a very long time.
Brian G. Johnson.
Hey, it's Brian G, and to grow on YouTube, stake your claim and amplify your message. Do that by subscribing, and to really jumpstart your channel, check out my free 40-minute YouTube Masterclass, link in the description. If you've ever wondered why you're not getting views, why you're not getting subscribers, and why it's so hard to grow, then know this. You're at a YouTube crossroads, and you've begun to make a critical decision that just won't impact your results, but will shape them. It'll define them, really determining whether or not you'll have that success. Whether you want to make this decision or not, you may not even be aware of the decision, but consciously or unconsciously, you will make this decision. And this decision focuses around the question of why. Why is it so hard? Why can't I get views? Why do so many others succeed while I struggle and fail? And right now in this moment, there's a very specific reason attached to your videos as to why you're not getting the views. You see, this decision that you'll make is really going to go one of two ways. It's stuff you can control, or stuff you can't control. And too many YouTubers focus on what they can't control, and it keeps them stuck. It keeps them small, and it keeps them from getting the views that they want. And I want good things for you. And it begins by ensuring you're not over here focused on that stuff you can't control. And here's an example. You ever heard a YouTuber say, well, I just don't have the right kind of gear or equipment, I can't get started, it's not good enough, or I don't have enough time, I can't move forward, or the YouTube algorithm hates small channels, I'll never be able to make it. And sadly, all of those things are really out of the control of creators, and again, they remain stuck. Instead, you can focus on what you can control. This is that decision process. It's critical. Because if you focus on stuff over here like YouTube hates small creators, how are you possibly going to move forward and do the work that's required to achieve success? It becomes almost impossible. You see, it's a really long journey. You got to keep going and going. You got to keep uploading videos. You got to believe you can, and you got to step up to the plate on an ongoing basis. And quite frankly, it's hard. It's really hard. It's been one of the hardest things that I've ever done, but I never stopped. So if you think that the algorithm is holding you down, at some point, it's not going to make any logical sense to continue. Why should you move forward when the algorithm hates small creators, even though every day there are a tremendous amount of small creators breaking out? You can too, but you got to believe and focus on what you can control. Let me give you an example. So often I talk about focusing on striving to improve the videos you publish and focusing on just one thing at a time. Like, you might only have an iPhone or an Android to make your videos, but the fact of the matter is, on this channel, my #1 video, it was filmed rather, on an iPhone. And I took what I had at the time, I did the best I could. I strived to improve the audio. I put the phone on a tripod. You might not have a tripod, but you can set it up in a manner that holds it steady. You can focus on doing that, which is in your control, and you too can succeed. That video got over 750,000 views, and you can too, but it begins with believing. It begins with you striving to improve, to focus. Because if you don't, you'll hear plenty of people that they're certain that the algorithm is indeed holding them back. They're certain that they can't succeed and they've given up. Earlier today, I asked my audience a few things on my community tab. Check this out. Okay, I asked my viewers and subscribers, hey, by the way, if you voted and you shared your thoughts, thank you. It helps me really help you to grow and get those results you're after. And again, I asked, how many subscribers do you want? And I added 3 answers: 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, and 10,000 YouTube subscribers. And guess what the response was? Over 900 people voted in just a few hours. And over 69% of the audience said 10,000 YouTube subscribers. And what's interesting is the channels that have gained 10,000 subscribers, they've almost always published at least 100 videos. Do you think you'll be able to move forward and focus on that kind of an effort? 100 YouTube videos? If you don't think it's possible? Check this out. I asked my audience this: have you published 100 videos? And again, this poll was answered by 1,100 people, and 69% of the audience, or viewers, or YouTubers, they said no. So everybody wants to get 10,000 subscribers, but not a lot of people have put in the effort to this point. I want to keep you in the game. I want to help you believe, because if you don't, it's going to be hard to keep going. And the fact is, you can't gain 100,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, or even 1,000 subscribers if you don't think it's possible. It's either based on what you can control, or it's based on what you don't control. And sadly, one of these paths will lead you to despair. Let me make this easy for you, really clear. You see, if you decide that the algorithm doesn't support small channels, you're really focusing on things that are outside of you. You can't control the algorithm, but what you can control is your own videos. You can be objective. You can strive on what matters and what you can control. And at that moment, you've got a chance, you've got a ray of hope. And yet so many think the algorithm is against them. So many focus on what YouTube does and doesn't do for small creators instead of focusing on the #1 thing, and that's the next video you publish. And sadly, millions of YouTubers will never take the time to understand the importance of how they think about this why they're not growing. There's a reason right now that you need to focus on to improve your videos. It could be your backdrop or your lighting. It could be the topics. It could be that you're too scattered. There's something in your videos that's holding you back. But if you decide to focus, if you make the decision that it's the algorithm, and you're not to blame, if you decide that YouTube hates small creators, it's only a matter of time before you give up on your dreams and hopes of growing on YouTube.